The families in Flagstaff also cleaning up after floodwaters rushed through that area, catching many off guard. Dozens of homes damaged, and even a 12-year-old girl was killed. But the worst may still be to come. ABC 15's Steve Cooge is live in Flagstaff covering the flood. And Steve, what are you seeing right now?
Well, Steve, I don't know if you could really take a look at my hair moving in the wind, but it feels like we could have some very strong weather actually blowing into this area of Flagstaff. Take a look at these massive clouds out over here. Any one of them could be holding enough water to flood this area again if that happens. Now, the citizens of this Flagstaff area town, they're not ready for that. As it stands, it'll still probably take them weeks to recover from yesterday's flood. The raging flood has come and gone. Now hundreds in Flagstaff are left to pull their lives out of the mud.
The mud and water just came down from the mountain, and it didn't even come the right direction that they had been telling us that it would be flooding.
So just how much earth and other dirt did this flood move in with it? Well, to give you an idea, check this out. This used to be someone's back door, but now it's buried 3 feet deep in this stuff. This home was directly in the middle of one of those raging mud rivers. Heavy boulders and thick dirt coat miles of the surrounding land. And the cost to clean all this out of a home?
Start to finish, $20,000 to $30,000 probably.
The homeowner told Rick Krug of TG's Restoration Services that she couldn't nearly pay for that. So Krug told her that's no problem. TG Restoration will clean up homes for whatever the owners can afford now, even if it's just a fraction of the actual cost.
This is emergency time, but this is not a time to take advantage of folks.
Shovel after shovel, hundreds from across the state come together at this sand pile to help each other get ready for the next flood. We've got just a huge portion of the local community coming out here to bag sand. People like my friend Joel here, lending a hand to make sure all of his neighbors who are impacted by this terrible flood get the help they need.
This is the right thing to do, because they needed help. And we need to be here. We need to be here for each other in times like this.
This community, although they may be torn apart by damage right now, in a way, they've never been closer. Now, floods in this area of the Flagstaff community are actually extremely rare. That's because when rain does fall, typically the trees and the vegetation on these mountains here soak up all that rain so none of it goes through. Sadly, the Schultz fire burned all of that away, so now when the rain comes down, it can freely flow unimpeded right down into these communities and these houses. Now, also, we spoke with city leaders, and they say until all that vegetation grows back, it could be years. Floods could be a very common thing in this area of Flagstaff. Live near Flagstaff, I'm Steve Cooge, ABC 15 News.